life, not civilly, more truths. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation. Full life, not civilly, more truths. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we playing PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
How I'm living? Don't even ask. What I was given to complete my task. I'm moving slow, but my mind's moving fast. Wanna master ebb and flow, future, present, and the past. They say you don't need to know our lives, wisdom is too vast. Nothing to show, they wanna see what's in the stash. Can't see my growth while I've been wearing all these masks. Wanna hear a quote? First shall be last. Consider us the goats, true leader walks the path. Hope you taking notes, we do it on behalf. Don't need a vote, confidence is what I have. Chakras in my throat, express, perfect the craft. Wanna rock the boat, trying to stir up his wrath. Everything they wrote, not true, you do the math. Huh? What? You do the math. Everything they wrote, not true, you do the math.
In full life, not civilly, more truths. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation. In full life, not civilly, more truths. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we playing PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
Some are living in color, like the Wayans brothers. I'm living stress-free and stay giving to others. Karmic credit abundant, only dead in my life, minus degree weather in winter days and nights. I'm living prophecy, Moors with eyes wide open. Carry out the prophet's law by seeing and knowing. Man knows not by being told, I stay showing. Living by example, ancestors live through candles and drink good. Shrine cups stay empty. I'm living what I study, but not what ones tell me. Willing, able and ready, I live sturdy and steady. Walking the path of life with a hero medley. Ancestral forces protecting my steps. Live life every day full, it's like there's no more left. Living it right, not wrong, in higher self, not lower self. With one life to live, you owe yourself.
In full life, not civilly, more truths. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation. In full life, not civilly, more truths. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, you playing PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
Bey, proper person, that's full life, baby. All meridians to camp and I stamp first lady. Hey, they will label me crazy, cause I had a baby. Refused to give him vaccines, maybe. I've been reading up on crack fiends lately. Don't blame me, cause the times are upon us to take back ownership of land. Who own us? Nobody. No more, you've been knocking on the wrong door. And you rocking with the wrong core. Revisit info, reliving what's more. Ish, square and compass, my forfeit. Black and white portraits remind me of why I never forfeit. Ancestors, not corpses. Third eye open, looking further than the culprits. Tried to perpetuate on pulpits. I'm bringing back the forescript. Prophet Drew Ali never forced it.
In full life, not civilly, more truths. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation. In full life, not civilly, more truths. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we playing PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
Breath and thought? Why not? Psylocke, psilocybin till he gets homie bop, my sock. So smooth the way this beat that I rock. American, not from Plymouth stock. Who is he that gave the key that fits the locks? We call him Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali. Gave us the tools to help us set our minds free. From New Orleans, Mexico to Mali. He's that water in that deadly raw heat. Quench a nation, no small feat. No Euro step, no floor squeak. No disrespect to the Morris Work Peak. Full crowd pack stands, sold out floor seats. Go for no less than 50K. 2 right, 5 left, don't deliberate. You know we come to liberate.
In full life, not civilly, more truths. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation. In full life, not civilly, more truths. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we playing PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
Try walking my shoes and see where the journey go. You talk too rude, it's better you learn to us. This mind too cool and I feel like to turn it up. The beat just dropped, the lyrics will burn it up. I'm tied to the land like road, flag red like rose. With a green 5-star, I demand my goals. Eyes open, never find them closed. Higher self, well spoken, what my mind exposed. Living with battle scars, I don't lie about those. I'm a rebel with a cause, catch me flying by slow. Hear me level with the gods, overstand my my flow. On the square with the laws, yeah, the wise man knows. To challenge jurisdiction, putting up strong resistance. The revolution here, we refuse to be the victims. Navigating L's, travel and go the distance. I am my ancestors without doubts or contradiction.
In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. We play PlayStation, real unreal stain animation. In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You playing PlayStation, real unreal stain animation. Not living cause my heart beating, existing for a law beating. Man, status first, territorial next. It's not hard, don't make it complex. Man, not living cause my heart beating, existing for a law beating. Man, status first, territorial next. It's not hard, don't make it complex. Man.
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Movement so alive, dead status can't touch this. People getting mad, we giving them more truth. Look at my face if you really need more proof. Philly T, yo, I'm still at home. Northwest of Mexum, the land I know. When Yasun and she opened up the booth, stepped inside, dropped a little more truth.
In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. We play PlayStation, real unreal stain animation. In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. We playing PlayStation, real unreal stain animation.
You know Shinobi had to hop in the booth, scoring 3 points. I got 23 on my shoes. I'm spitting fire in the booth. You know I'm sharp like a 2. They always laughing, but I know that I got nothing to lose. 5 principles, you know what they are. Love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice. No, these haters can't touch us. All these lame ass niggas got me feeling too nauseous. Round me better be cautious, cause you know that I kill shit.
Pita, 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 pata. Step up to the plate, guess I'm the next batter. My Kundalini rising as the beat gets fatter. Watch me silent as the critics. Shut up all them chatter. More bringing the peace. Why mom got them scatter? You them standing on the square. I'm in a circle on the starter. More pretty no truth.
As this platform to have a conversation with Aboriginal indigenous people, like I said, we can have meetings, we can talk about it in real time, we can read the same thing. Also, if you look on my profile, this is the only app that would not molest, thank you, Grace, not molest the Aboriginal indigenous people along with Aboriginal indigenous media. As you can see, it's on my profile. If you can't, go to my IG. It says Junior Agency Manager, so that means I'm part of this shit with Live Me. On top of that, it says more nationality. I didn't put that on there. Thank you, Grace. I didn't put that on there. Live Me, the app, put that on there because if you look at the rules and regulation, it states that nobody can be discriminated against race, creed, national origin, or nationality. There's no other app, and I'm on all the apps that respect that. Morris L. Thank you, Callie. He can tell you we don't got kicked off of Facebook so many times.
Tell him.
For speaking the truth.
Tell him.
So many times. You feel me?
Tell
like,
him more.
We don't have tons of followers, and they kick us off. On liveme.com, they're not like that. Clearly. They're not like that.
Right.
You know? So we can maximize this platform right here. And like I said, if anybody else want to come up here, let me know. I will change the boxes right now. We got the brother there. Thank you, Grace. So yeah, man, you want to introduce yourself? You ready?
Yeah, yo, we ready. Ready to go. You know what I mean? I want to say Islam to all the royal gang out there. You know, because like I said, like the brother said, he's been on this Live Me, whatever. You know, that was what, when we came to Pittsburgh, when you first got on it?
Yeah. Pittsburgh, man.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
You know what I mean? That was what, 4 years ago or whatever?
Yeah, about 4 years.
Yeah, yo.
4 years.
So, the whole point that you're still on it, now you got 17 million diamonds or whatever. Remember when nobody was on this with you? You know what I mean?
Right.
But this is what you said you're gonna do with it,
hold on, just hold on a second. You know what I mean? Let me get these followers up. Let me get all these individuals liking this or whatever it is that you do on this. Cause this is my first time on this. You know what I mean? We don't use these stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We would have somebody who uses this. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm Kudjo L. I'm a Grand Sheik in the area that people commonly called Toronto, Canada, and you know, just here to build with the Moors and hopefully get some information out there so that people could, you know more about themselves. You know what I mean? And oh yeah, don't be liking this or whatever, because the only time I'm gonna be on this is when I'm with Brother Amazight, right? So you just stay connected to his, right? But as far as us, you could YouTube us, Canaanland Moors, on YouTube, and on Canaanland Moors, we just put out information to try to assist the people with learning the truth about their nationality and their birthrights and anything else relative to what we know is Moorish history or world history.
Okay. Like he said, don't follow him on here, man. Follow me, and the reason why he's saying it, because I'm on here big. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we want to use this platform to reach out to other Moors. You know what I'm saying? To have like a common ground or unmolested Aboriginal, Indigenous, Moorish culture, history. Because like I said, these apps, they kind of censor, what's going on. So I've been on this app from day one as a Moorish American. Like I said, it's on my profile. It's no secret. I'm not black. I'm not African American. I'm not nigga, Negro, and nationality is important. And that's why we're using this platform, man. And like I said, when we get more people up in there, I'm gonna show Grand Sheik how to use this platform. But with this platform, before we go into it in depth, this platform is like these gifts right here are really cash. So, you feel me? We can use that to be a fundraiser, or if we wanted to vote it on a topic or vote on something, we can tally it up right then and there. Or if like you go to a law library, right? And I go to a law library, and we got an unconscious Moor talking about, I ain't trying to hear what y'all gotta say, but I wanna listen, brother. Can you direct me? So we all three at real time right now. He's in this area location. I'm in my area. Wherever you at on the planet, and we can read the same thing and come up with the same conclusion in real time. You feel me? Also display our talent and have meetings. Also Live Me Official have a thing where even if we don't have to have coins, they can set it up where we actually can vote for whatever we want. We like whatever you want to put up there. Like, I'll give you one example. If we want to say all Moors just only identified by this thank you, Kelly, this identification. We only working with this. Live Me can set it up where we can actually vote. And that's how the platform works. Also, you can record this, you can upload to YouTube. You can meet your fans if you got talent, music, whatever you want. That's what Live Me about, and that's why I like the app.
Islam.
We're gonna get into it. That's why I like it, man.
Yo, quick fast, because I already see somebody in the chat talking crazy, and we just want to make sure that we get everybody's questions, rebuttals, whatever stuff you heard about Moors, thought you heard about Moors, somebody trying to convince you that black people aren't Moors and there's 5,000 different kinds of Moors and you have to pick which Moorish group you got to be part of. We want to make sure we cover all that stuff for people so nobody's confused, right? So one of the things that came up was people talking about Abraham, right? Now, always remember that our history as these melanin beings, people who are classified as black and whatever, right? They have a history that is so vast that they can't even comprehend how important they are. in the grand scheme, because they never look at themselves in extended history. Our people have been taught to always look at ourselves in a section of history. And then when we get tired of that, we switch to another section. What the Moorish paradigm does is opens up that perspective so you can tie yourself to more parts of history than just the part that we've been subjected to think that that's ours. So when you talk about Hebrew Israelites, and you talk about Nation of Islam, and you talk about ADOS, and you talk about Black Indians and Cherokee, Chippewa, and you talk about ancient Egypt and ancient Kemet, and you talk about all this stuff, you're talking about sections of history, not the history as a whole. So as soon as you bring up Abraham, we're going to tell you, make sure you do your research on the Canaanites, because the Israelites are descendants of the Canaanites. The Canaanites came before the Israelites. Before Abraham was who he says he is, he was Abram. And Abram...
So, VDM, we're going to get to your question. Just listen to the brother. We're going to get to your questions. Shout out to Callie and Grace and everybody that's active. We're going to get to your question. Trust me, Matt, most likely, when we respond, we already answered that question before you even...
Before you even ask it. Before you even... Right? All right? So, before Abraham was Abram. Before Yahweh was El Shaddai. That's Canaanite culture. So don't listen to anything, because Noble Drew Ali is the only one that came and told us that we're descendants of the ancient Canaanites. And by the way, if you never ever heard before, there's this man by the name of Noble Drew Ali. And what he did, there he is right there. This man, Noble Drew Ali, in the 1920s, wasn't getting lynched on no trees or anything like any nigger. The 1920s, he was walking around here like he run the place. He got people who you call black politicians in the 1920s, he got them elected into office. They were part of his movement. And many people know him, but they pretend like they don't know him. They pretend like they don't know what this is. What are we talking about? Going back again to that whole sectionized mindset of history. That once you have a section mindset, you're going to have tunnel vision and you're going to miss everything else going on outside of the tunnel. And it's all about aerial view. It's not about ground level. It's about aerial view. Right? So, you talk about Hebrew Israelites, forget that. They're Canaanites. Because Hebrews come from somewhere. Now somebody else brought up the Nile. Right? The Nile is really the Mississippi. Because the Nile and the Mississippi were connected before the great earthquake that caused the great Atlantic Ocean. That's why both of those rivers flow in the same direction. That's why both rivers are called the longest rivers on their respective continents. Because it's really one river. But because there's an Atlantic Ocean now, people forget what was going on. People forget what happened. So if you're talking Nile, you're not talking over there only. You're also talking over here, America. When you talk about pyramids, you're not just talking over there only. You're also talking about over here. You're not talking about over there. You're strictly talking about over here. And once you're talking about over here, now this brings up a whole new paradigm now, because we thought we only came from over there, over here. There's a lot more. You have anything to add in?
So he just went in right quick. Man, Kudjo just went in right quick. So, you know what I'm saying? For those y'all that didn't catch that, make sure y'all follow, like, and share. I appreciate y'all. Welcome to the Amazight Bey SHow. We dropping number more signs, and we want to be clear on what we talking about. Like the Grand Sheik said, basically, you feel me? Everything that you learned about in school and said that it was like on another continent really happened on our continent. So I'll give you an example. They got some crusty, dusty pyramids on the other side of the continent, on the other side of the world, so-called Africa, right? That's like an iPhone 10, right? Or 11, 12, right? The pyramids over here, the culture that's over here is like the iPhone 1,
Right.
basically, in a nutshell, you know what I'm saying? So, and I got a question and I got a question that somebody Moore was talking about it, and I saw another Moore was talking about it, and I asked this question 5 years ago, right? I asked this question 5 years ago, and my question is, right, if the so-called Indian, right, is the first people and the first nation, well, how come Morocco had to recognize the United States of America Corporation and not the so-called Indian?
Oh,
Like,
good question. Good question. Great question.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Great question.
that kills it.
Because that question doesn't need an answer.
Message.
Message. If you understand the question, you already know the answer. Right?
It's simple. I mean, because they would have recognized. I mean, we can go to the YouTube right now. This is the beauty about live media. We can go to the YouTube right now and hear Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton says Morocco, right? You know, the people Moors, Morocco is the first nation to recognize them. So these so-called people that say, hey, y'all, they're the first people.
Yeah.
First of all, is colorful, is a lie. Second of all, they themselves say they had people here before them on the record.
Now again, before you go on too, just because when Moors talk, you miss stuff. Because Moors, every time a Moor opens their mouth, you're supposed to get a lesson. Not supposed to be how's the basketball game, who won last night conversations when Moors are building. Not that we don't watch some ball or whatever once in a while, football or whatever, right? But one of the things that you said that was that something was colorable. So forget about it. In law, color means fake, artificial. So when our people say that they're colored people, and then they say black, brown, whatever, which are colors, red man, yellow man, and all this stuff, they're saying that they're fake. Because in law, colored means fake. So anything colored is fake. What they tell you Kemet means, the black land or whatever, that's a color, that's fake.
Fake. Excuse me.
Right? NAACP, help our people, they're still around today. Those people still around today, and they're calling themselves fake, and people are taking them serious still, when they themselves are calling themselves fake, because they deal with law and all that stuff. If they stand up for people's rights and all that, they deal with law. So how come they never went in the law dictionary and looked up colored to know that if they call themselves National Advancement for the Association of Colored People, that they're not fighting for anything? And it's not on them. They already know what's up because they came out of the Niagara movement. They're not even NAACP. Just like we tell you with the Hebrews, that there was somebody before. So don't get caught up in what you see in front of your face, because there's more history that you don't know. That if you play like you don't know in the real world, these people take your head. These people take your head.
So I'm just trying to find. I'm gonna get straight to the clip. So I'm gonna play where he says Morocco, and the funny thing, it's like it's funny though because I don't see no kind of Indian or these people that say they first people challenging these people openly, all lawfully or legally. I mean, we can go back into the 1800s, 1700s, and find out the Southern free Moors and other Moors, including Harriet Tubman, that challenged these people. I don't see any, and I'm still studying, I could be wrong, but I don't really see them because, you know, a lot of people like, oh, well, they broke every doggone treaty. Right, because they wasn't a party to the treaties they made with them. They wasn't like, put it like this, if your mom leave you a house, right, and a business, right, and she leave it to you, right, and your boyfriend or your friend try to make a claim on them and say, well, I'm going to fraud you the paperwork, and they get it, they're going to be like, you're not a party to that. You see what I'm saying? You're not a party to that. Like, you ain't the real, you ain't the mom's child. You know what I'm saying? So, here you go right here. Here we go. So, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it where y'all can see it. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Callie. I'm going to flip it so y'all can see this in real time. What does Obama say? My country was Morocco. I'm going to go back a little. Signing the Treaty of Tripoli, guys, my country was Morocco. In signing the Treaty of Tripoli...
Oh, hold on. Pause it 1 second. Pause it 1 second. Because remember, he just said my country. Right? He's not from here. He's from Kenya. What are you talking about his country? What do you mean his country? What is he really talking about? But again, that's why you got to go get a law dictionary. So when you look up in law, you'll find out that countries are even corporations. Not just McDonald's and Burger King and Nike and Prada are corporations. Not just Wells Fargo and TD Bank and whatever are corporations. Not just the dollar store and Quickie Mart and all that stuff is corporations. Countries are also corporations. So when he's saying, because remember, he's not from here like that. So there's no my country. It doesn't work like that. He has nationality. He's not Negro black colored. He's not Negro black colored. And he's from there and he doesn't call himself African American.
Nope, not one time. Not one time.
He's Kenyan though. So how is it his country? Because he's not talking about a country. He's talking about a Walmart. And people are thinking he means country because they don't study. So again, it's not a country that's getting recognized by Morocco. It's not a country. It's a corporation looking for country recognition.
Right. And a lot of people, I'm going to bring up this video. Let me look for this video right here. Where is that? Oh, this one right. Where is that? Well, they got a congressman that says they're a corporation.
Right, yep.
Not a congressman, if I can find it for y'all right quick. And the reason why I'm going to YouTube is so everybody can see, like, they give you the bull crap right in front of your eyes, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Now, another thing too, before you play that clip, that remember when he's talking about my country being recognized, and the question again with regard to Brother Amazight is, why is it that Morocco is doing the treaty and not the so-called Indians?
Right.
But the other part of it, right? Yeah, the other part of it is, why are they doing it over here and not in Morocco? Because if you're talking about the Sultan, if you're talking about the Sultan of Morocco or the Emperor of Morocco, and his house is over there, how is he able to tell some Europeans to come over here to get land? Or come over here to be a corporation? or come over here to be recognized as a country. Why didn't they do that over there? How did the Morocco over there have jurisdiction across the Atlantic Ocean here? Same reason why the Nile and the Mississippi are the same river. Same reason why there's Egypt here and Memphis here and Moab here and Crescent cities here. That stuff's not supposed to be from over here. That stuff's supposed to be from over there. So again, this fractionalized perspective of history is going to have you think, oh, United States, Barack Obama said United States, and then it started in this time, and then that's the only time you're looking at. You're not looking at before that to recognize that the only reason why they said we're going to give them permission, because Europeans were the real slaves in the slave trade. It wasn't no people who look like us. We were the ones with the boats shipping them back and forth, making them slaves. It wasn't them. That's why they went to the Emperor of Morocco. Because the Emperor of Morocco at that time had jurisdiction over the Moroccan Empire, which was the world. And you needed to check with them. You needed to check with them before you even put a boat in the water. Remember, we're talking from a historical perspective. This is not racism. This is not reverse racism. This is not us trying to tell you some whatever. Just do your history on European slavery. And you'll find out that Europeans were the first slave. It wasn't us. We were the masters. Not the masters with the whip and put them on a tree or whatever. We were the masters who were ruling everything. We were the royal gang.
Exactly. Hey man, Grace, Cali up in there. I see VDM up in there, man. Shout out everybody that's up in there. Real Eyes up in there, man. If y'all have any other more that's want to add and want to get on the beam, let us know. But I'm gonna go straight into it. You don't have to believe us. Yep. The reason why I'm going to YouTube once again to show you how they tell you what's up. And this is all factual. Moors don't, we put it like this, especially us two, we don't care about feelings. If the facts lead us to something, put it like this, there's some good things we did and some bad things. We're not ashamed of both. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But when they put it on the record, we're going to show you how they put it on the record and put it in your face blatantly. Now, so we dealing with facts. That has nothing to do with our beliefs, and we know as Moors, every nation, when you're dealing with national principles, every nation has a religious custom behind it.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Just as you say that, just as you say religious custom, I just want to relate something in the chat. That, remember, we don't block people from that because people have a right to say dumb stuff. People have a right to make dumb comments. People have a right. That's their right if they want to do that. So you don't have to block anybody. You don't worry about those people in the chat or whatever. You know what I mean? Don't even pay them any attention when they start acting like trolls or whatever like that. Just let them stay there.
Right.
Let's let them stay there and let them talk. And when you let them talk, they hang themselves. But yeah, go ahead, More. You're talking about the rights.
So basically what I'm saying is, guys, nationality and birthright, and I'm gonna go straight to the video. It don't care your sexual preference, whether you gay or whatever. It don't matter if you like ice cream, if you like living underwater. It has something to do with your ancestry, your ties to the planet. You understand? The history, lineage. We're talking about straight DNA and the rule of law, and they disrupt our inheritance. Okay. So we should have came out our mama vagina, you know what I'm talking about, sitting on the throne, handling business and taking care of the planet, okay? I don't see nobody's taking care of the planet, and as a human being, quote unquote, we came and was created. You understand? Because we got to deal with always in survival mode. You understand what I'm saying? The Moors Divine National Movement was created to uplift all the humanity. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to go to, and we're going to let the corporation employees tell you what it is. Not because what we believe in,
right,
understand? So we gonna go there, and I just put it on the record for people that come into the broadcast, don't know what's going on. Welcome to the Amazight Bey SHow. Also, we got to give away 100 coins. I'm giving away cash this year. Also, if you want to donate to the merchandise, you want to donate to this brother, I got a cash app on my Instagram. I'm gonna make sure this brother get it. If not, hit him up on the DM. I'll give you all his links. I'm gonna show you his video, his YouTube. I'm on his YouTube. He's on my YouTube, and we're gonna go from there. And this is the first Amazight Bey show this season. We're gonna show you. And this is why I love this app, because we can watch this in real time. And I'm gonna turn this all the way up. And this is his YouTube channel right here. And I made sure I posted it on my YouTube. That's his Instagram also. But watch what these comments say.
Shut down if the White House and Congress can't agree in order to force the presidency in and compel him to do what we hired him to do, which is run the government within the confines of the Constitution and only with the money he collects from taxes and other fees.
Well, you're absolutely right, Judge. You know, what we have to look at is the president is the chief executive officer of this corporation called the United States of America.
What?
The president is the chief executive officer of this corporation called the United States of America.
You have citizen, or you can be an American, but you can't be both.
The president is the chief executive officer of this corporation called the United States of America.
What?
So they just told you out of their mouth. You feel me? I made sure I already set this up. You already see this on my YouTube. That's his Instagram. You can Google the Canaanland Moors. They said out their mouth. You can go talk. You can go find that video. They just told you that it's a corporation.
Yeah.
It's out of their mouth, not what we said. I mean, so what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Somebody is playing with humanity.
Yeah, big time.
And got you in mental slavery.
Right.
You want to add to that, brother?
No, just again. So going back now, you heard from their mouth. Now going back to when Barack Obama said his country. You gonna pull that video up so we could watch that one now.
All right.
Right. So
yeah.
now when he says his country now have a different perspective, have a different mindset now when you listen to this now. Don't ever in your life, now that you have knowledge, abandon that knowledge for some fiction or some lie. They're a corporation. They said so out their own mouth. That's not what Moors say. We're not using some sovereign citizen ideology or whatever like that. We don't. Their own Congress people told you that he's a chief executive officer. He's a CEO. The president is a CEO. What's a CEO? Isn't that the head of a corporation?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. So then what are you confused? Why you think Donald Trump is president? Because he's a businessman. And he is the most successful bankrupt business owner on the planet. Everything he does goes bankrupt. Why do you think he became president of the United States? Because it's bankrupt.
So hold on, I'm going straight to that.
Yeah. You know, you just give them rope, they'll hang themselves. Always remember that you so-called black, African, Negro, whatever, you bedwench, all you people, you have a part in everything. Everything has something to do with you. Don't ever think that we're not the founders of civilizations. We're some people that just came over here yesterday on some slave ship. We've been in this land. But yeah, I hear it popping up. Go ahead, Mark.
American story. The first nation to recognize my country was Morocco. In signing the Treaty of Tripoli in 1796, our second president, John Adams, wrote, "The United States has in itself no character of enmity against the laws, religion, or tranquility of Muslims."
Now that's a whole nother can of whoop.
Right? Why? Ask yourself, why is it that, or how is it that the United States is giving honors to Morocco, which is Islamic, for recognizing them as a country, but then they're going to tell 9/11 and stuff like that and start saying that some Arabic people did it or Islamic people did it? I thought those are the people who just recognized you as a country. Why are you talking BS about them?
And he just said that Islam was always a part of American history.
And then you ask yourself, how is that? How is it possible? It's very possible.
It's very possible.
Because when
America is not a Christian country.
it's not a Christian country. This is
It's
why
not a Christian country.
this is why you see when certain quote unquote Muslims get elected to office and they take their oath, they don't take it on a Bible.
Nope.
Why are they letting them take their oath on a Quran if this is a Christian country? They know this is not a Christian country.
I mean, look at this though, Kudjo. Watch this though. The Vatican and all the state buildings look like mosques.
That too.
Every last one.
That too.
Look like a mosque.
How come they don't look like European buildings? Why do they look like Islamic buildings? And then they're fighting against Islam so hard. Well, how could they be fighting against Islam so hard when, like the Moor said, their Senate buildings or whatever are Muslim buildings, Islamic, Arabic, Moorish buildings. The architecture of those buildings are Moorish in nature. Why would they be like that? And why are they so hard on Islam if they're going to have Islamic structured buildings in their country, which is a corporation?
I mean, we just showing y'all guys like and putting this on the record. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up so y'all can see some pictures of state capitol. I think they call them state capitol buildings. That's what they say. I think that's what they. Okay, boom. So let me show y'all what we're talking about. If you don't know, that's the White House, right? That looked like a mosque to me. So we can go now. This is different places. They give you the name of them. They give you the name of them, but all these look like okay. You could just go look, Google you, whatever so-called state you is, and you can see they have some similarities. So I guess we can pull up the Vatican right quick. Vatican. And it looks the same. It looks the same, guys.
And again, ask yourself why. Why? Why would it have an Islamic look if they're so against Islam? Somebody's playing a game with you. Somebody's playing a game with you. And you're not winning.
We like spread and show and prove like it show. So guess what? what we talking about, we showing you in real time if you do a little research.
What we've been on here? We've been on here, what, 40 minutes? You know how much information we went through in 40 minutes? You have enough stuff, you have enough reference points that you could shut this thing off and go study for the rest of the weekend. The amount of information that we just put out in 40 minutes. Right.
ASAP. So I'm just showing you, like, that's why I like this app, man. In real time, you can Google the same thing we Google it.
Yep.
And more, we don't really use Google, but you know, we got books and stuff we pull for, but we can go to Google to get some, you know, reference terms. That's what we use them, and we just like I like to use Google so the common man can realize, hold up, if it's that simple. I'm showing you it's that simple to put the places together. And the reason why we bringing up Islamic culture, what I'm saying is every nation on the planet has a so-called religious custom and tradition. Like if you go to India, right, they Buddhism, right? So-called, they ain't really that, they Hindustan, but a lot of y'all know they believe in Buddha, right? So, whether you in their country and you are their descendant or they DNA, right? You can be a Christian, Muslim, whatever religion you want to. But when you're doing national and we talking about history, you have to deal with the custom and tradition. So in history, we was called Muslims. You see what I'm saying? Muslims, Arabs. You see what I'm saying? That's a turban. You understand? You know? And what do the nuns wear? Turbans on their head? Fezzes? Why he's showing it to this next picture, look at that. That's a damn turban on his head. That's King Tut. That's a damn turban.
And then also, if you could leave that up too, right? Okay. Also, keep in mind that only women wear makeup.
Right.
So it's been revealed that King Tut's not even the King Tut.
Nope. She the Pharaoh. Because women rule in Moorish culture. All the pharaohs was women. See?
You know that's makeup.
Look. But you can tell the features.
Look at the features. Look at the facial structure. It's all honor to the feminine.
We just messed their head up just now.
Yeah, they got messed up.
I didn't know you was gonna drop it on them like that.
You know how we do.
I didn't know you was...
You know how we do. Right, this is the King of Cameroon. That's King of Cameroon doing it up like that. That's how he's doing it up. Cameroon King doing it up like that. Thought it was supposed to be in some African whatever. And then keep in mind when you look at the turban, right? That pyramid in the front, that's how you know it's Moorish.
Right.
So if you see any turban like this with a pyramid in the front, know that that's Moorish. That's Moorish culture.
Watch this, Kudjo. Look at the pyramid.
Right?
These are nuns. They see they're against. Look at that. That's a fez. Do y'all not see that? That's the white. But they playing games. You know what I'm saying? We just put it on the record to show y'all that's a turban.
This is your culture.
Your culture.
That they've tried to keep you
Not
away
beliefs.
from. Right? And not even your culture. This is your heritage. This is your heritage. Right? And trust me, everybody knows what's up. Everybody knows. We're the only ones that are dumb out here. Everybody knows. Everybody knows who deserves the honors. Why is this European? They say, hey, racism and all that stuff. Here's a European with you on his flag. And you're listening to some people try to tell you about there's racism in the world. Why is he representing you on a flag? How come he doesn't have a European on his flag?
You!
Why?
It's y'all fun of grace, man.
Why?
Tops, man. I see y'all carry grace, man. I see y'all, man. Thank for everybody that's up in there. If they got other moors that want to churn, man, we can switch the beam. But right now,
if you got questions, chat's open. If you got questions, bring whatever questions you want. Doesn't even matter. No topic.
We hitting y'all in with this. We've been live for like maybe 50 minutes, bro. And
50
we just
minutes.
showing you. This is birthright. This is heritage. But it's so much is vast. We ain't even was like we not even was at 1% yet.
Yeah.
We not at 1%. We just showing you how we can show you, and that's why I love live.com.
Show you another one.
Real time.
Let's show you another one. You know when you go to university, right? If anybody went to university or is going to university, in order for you to get your degree, you got to write your dissertation, right? Okay, so this was my sister's dissertation.
Damn.
When she was graduating from university and she got an A++ on this. This was her dissertation to get her degree. Now, how is she getting an A++ in university for doing a paper on Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish movement?
Wow.
And it was a case study, on anti-racist resistance. Meaning that, like we were saying before, when you look at all these people right here, right, when you look at all these people, right, these people are part of a nation. But if you look at them physically from how they look, you would say that they're black people. Right? They look like black people. But these are not black people. These people were not allowed themselves to be classified as black. They will not allow themselves to be classified as black. Right?
They would beat your butt. They would fight you.
They would fight
like
you.
Y'all be fighting somebody step on your shoe.
Right.
They will, like you fighting over that Popeye chicken. They will fight you. Definitely. They will fight you, man. You can't call them black and that. And our brothers and sisters, I'm gonna say this again, man. Just the back of everything we say. Let's keep it simple, right? Because we're not going deep, right? You can't pick your mama. You can't pick your brother. You can't pick your sister. You can't pick your daddy. So that means you can't pick your ancestors. You can't say you're a different nationality. You feel me? And if you belong to a nation, you must have a nationality. You understand what I'm saying? It's just that simple. If you say you belong to a nation, then you have a nationality. And if you have a nationality, you can't say, well, forget the past. How do you think you came here? You know how many Moors had to die and sleep with each other for you to get here? Come on, man.
And then for VDM, why do families have problems like humans? Because the families forgot that they were families and started being individuals. The families forgot that it takes a village to raise a child. And everybody wanted to do their own thing. That's why there's problems. That's there's no, yeah, cause we don't need any Umar Johnson and their school and all that stuff to tell us how to fix our problems. It's not that serious. We can fix problems tomorrow. The thing is, do we want to fix our problems, or do we love perpetuating this slave myth that we're victims, and that's all you'll ever be, because as a man thinketh, so is he. So if you're thinking that you're a victim, then you're probably going to be a victim. That's just what it is.
Yeah, man. Back in the day, the grandmas used to tuck you. It's like when you woke up, I don't know about y'all, but back in the day when I was coming up, I stayed with my mother, but when I went by my grandmother's house, I had my cousins, my uncles, my aunts, all in one damn house. You see what I'm saying? You ain't have to look for a babysitter or a teacher or any of that. You know what I'm saying? And we worked together and we did a lot for self. A lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot, man. It was like he said, take a village to raise the people. But at the same time, guys, we not trying to convince nobody. We just putting the facts on there and just telling y'all what it is. On top of that, anybody can just pick this up. We don't need to go check our DNA, our lineage. We the first people on the planet. They need to check their DNA versus ours, not the other way around. It's not the other way around. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just that Black and African American and all these brands doesn't help us. It doesn't, because guess what? Think about it. They give us, let's say somebody sign up right now and wanted to give us gold and silver, restitution and reparations. And when you have that Black and African American concept, you're going to go spend all the change with the corporations, the colonists, the pilgrims.
Give it right back to them.
And then you're going to go want to steal your brother's stuff instead of uplifting for all humanity. And when you do get compensation, you have to build institutions to dispense the real money, right? And you have to animate the people and decolonize the people. You got to put the real street signs. You got to deal with the real agriculture. You got to deal with the real alchemy, the real medical, the real music, the real everything. So if you come in as that mindset, your vibration is wrong. We gonna be right back in the same situation. So where's your check? It don't work like that. Y'all holding us up. It don't work like that, man. Because the Moorish nation is put it like this. Don't get mad because we was chosen. So we have a great responsibility. Everybody is not the same because we don't have the same inheritance. Does that make sense? We don't have the same inheritance. It's simple as that. We don't have the same responsibilities. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there to break it down for the people that just came in that broadcast. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's what it is. We're not saying that Europeans that you call white people don't have a nationality. They gotta claim their if we gotta claim their nationality, they gotta claim their nationality as they can use European, the modern term, which y'all know as Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Because if you ask them on a one-away, they'll tell you nationality. They won't say white and Canadian and whatever, American and all that stuff. They'll tell you British, French, Dutch, German. They'll tell you some type of European nationality. They'll tell you that. But our people don't want to deal with nationality. We want to deal with colors.
You know what? There was a brother on here yesterday, right? And I had him on a beam, like a random, not like this, where you can go versus random people.
Right.
And he was like, I'm in the Isle of Man. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So I said, you should know about this book.
Yeah.
He was like, how the hell you know?
Yeah.
Captain Bertel was up here. He was looking for a moose. He said, how how the hell you know? Every time I talk to somebody that look like you, they don't know nothing about it. And I mention the Moors, and he was like, you know about that? And I'm like, brother, you know what's up. I'm not one of them. He was like, damn. He was like, oh my God. He's like, nobody knows where that's at. Nobody, everybody I talk to on this app don't know what an Ireland man is.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? He was like, oh, brother, I'm following you. I would like to have a conversation with you. And I started naming the areas. He was like, have you been here before? I said, I might have. You know, I might have. And it's just funny, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never know. But at the same time, I don't want people, y'all Europeans that's up in here, that's lurking or dipping behind the scenes. It is not an attack on Europeans. But we know the European nature, and we saying that you ain't white, just like we not black. You have a nationality just like us.
Right.
It's just certain things that apply to us, and certain things apply to you. And we can get together and uplift for all humanity. And when we deal with nation and nationality, you can't say that black man did that, that white man did. Now you got to deal with that Moor did that, or that European, and then we got to sit down and see what kind of agreement these people have with each other, or etc. treaties, contract, and then that's equal justice. Not because I don't like you because you're black, or you so-called black or so-called brown. Not because, no, we look at the evidence.
Yep.
What did you do? Where did it happen? Okay, what nation, what flag you rocking with? And then we'll sit down and have a conversation. That's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
That's equality, due process of law. It's simple. That would get rid of this so-called, there's no such thing as racism, but you couldn't hate anybody on the planet anymore. You could be like, the Moorish nation, they balling. They suck. I hate them. Hey, you can call me that all day and say something like that, but you can't just deal with being prejudiced. And prejudice means a group of people is being treated a certain way. That's what prejudice means. So start saying prejudice instead of saying racism. Say it's prejudice. That means special people getting special treatment. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what nationality. So that means all of the problems of the world, certain minute arguments, wouldn't it'll be childish to grown men. Oh, I don't like you because you're black. I don't like you because you're white. I don't like you because I think you come from Africa. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to deal with that. And the reason why I'm breaking it down for y'all new people up in there, just to show y'all, if you're European and you want to have a conversation, come talk to us, you hear me? If you're a more so-called black person and you think that, ask us questions because we're not really going deep. But that's what it boils down to. And yes, it's not about I can get out of jail, or we gonna get compensated. Because guess what? Everything already belongs to us.
Right.
It's bigger than that.
Bigger, way
it's
bigger.
Bigger than that.
Any questions out there? You got questions? Feel free to answer questions. Even all you trolls and whoever else is on there. You know, like we said, if Europeans out there, you got questions, because you have a part in this too. If you're Asiatic, if you think you're Puerto Rican, Mexican, whatever like that, you got questions. You think you're Negro, black, colored, for sure. I know y'all got questions. Can't tell me you have no questions. Can't
Freedom
tell me you have no questions.
Any questions, man? If y'all want to get in the beam, you can also do this too, just to show you, Kudjo. You can also do this. If y'all want to get in the beam, y'all probably know, y'all don't probably just download the app. See, I can have a conversation like this. I can have a conversation. See what I'm saying? You can turn your cam off, or you can turn it on.
Right.
So,
somebody asked about security or militia. Right now, we'll go back again. Yeah. We're gonna go back again to this whole rights that people have that they don't want to claim. Right? Now, the whole concept of a militia, that idea comes from constitution. Now, keep in mind that if you're talking constitution, you have to be party to that. We're not party to that. All those rules and regulations are for Europeans who came over here that wanted new rules and laws and governance because they were tired of being abused by the kings and queens of Europe who were Moors. So they went to the Sultan of Morocco, and the Sultan told them they can have 13 colonies on the Atlantic coast. They had their 13 colonies. They had their constitution. They were on their way to being, quote unquote, a country. That's for Europeans. So when you say the Moorish militia, that's a misconcept. Just like when somebody says Moorish passport, there shouldn't be such thing as a Moorish passport, because passports are for Europeans. Passports aren't for the indigenous people. Right? Because again, we're supposed to be dealing with things under the divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, where militia is not even necessary. And again, once we get out of the racist mindset, we don't need a militia. And we don't need to worry about no army. Because ain't nobody bothering Moors. Like, nobody bothers Moors like that. Moors who know their self, they've been had their own plates. They don't got state plates and all that stuff. And they've been exercising their rights. That they could, you know what I mean? Like, they can do that. Right? Not that this is what that's about, but that's part of their existence here on the earth plane. No militia needed. Because we're really supposed to be living by the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Justice is last. Militia shouldn't even be a conversation. You're supposed to do love first. Oh, love doesn't work? Okay, then try truth. Truth doesn't work? Oh, then try peace. Oh, peace doesn't work? Oh, well, freedom. For freedom, Noble Drew Ali said, if you can't flee, drop the world on them.
Drop the world on them.
If you can't flee, drop the world on them. Not just drop the world on them just because they called you nigger. Or they put you on the ground and put their knee in your back or whatever. Because if you were dealing with love in the first place, that hatred wouldn't be following you to get your ass pulled out the car and get beat. Something was wrong with your energy. Why these people even seen you to know, stop that guy. Thousands of cars out there. Thousands, millions. And then they pick you out of all those people. Something's wrong with your energy. You need to go check yourself. You need an Epsom salt bath or something like that. You need to, you need to light some sage. You need to buy some incense. You know what I mean? Change your soap, something. Because, you know what I mean? You're violating yourself.
Sometimes they get lucky, randomly, pull you over, whatever the case might be. But for the most part, we don't really deal with these. We don't even see these people.
Don't see them.
We don't really see them. If we do see them and they close, it's just like, like the Passover. Like, they just go, real.
You know what I mean?
That's a bottle of wine, huh?
Beer.
Oh, beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some
UK. That's in Germany?
UK beer. Some UK beer.
Oh, UK beer.
More beer company.
Make sure y'all follow, like, and share, you heard me? I see you, Grace. Make sure y'all follow the Top Cali Cartel up there. We got Real Eyes up in there. Man,
right.
Ask some questions, guys. So, we just, starting the Amazight Bey SHow this season started off. we wanted to see what it is, and we live right now. So share this broadcast to everybody. We just getting started, and we haven't scratched the surface, man. So if y'all got any questions, we can go and take y'all somewhere. But we show you, you know what I'm saying, evidence and proof. You know, like they really play games with fallen humanity. You know,
straight games. And also too, keep in mind of this too, that don't think because this stream and then this stuff lasts for 8 hours, people be up here for 8 hours doing nothing like these other crazy people on here. That they're just sitting there, smoking blunts, and people just sitting there watching them smoke blunts.
That's what happened.
Or somebody just there, some brother just sitting there doing nothing, and people just watching them do nothing. That's not what this is. You better get your stuff right. Stop playing. Because ain't nobody coming to save you. No Jesus coming, no Muhammad's coming, no Buddha, no nothing. Nothing. You're either going to save yourself or no saving going on.
Hey, make sure this is a youth. So, okay, so this is me and Kudjo again. But go to Canaanland Moors on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? And go subscribe, man. And go like the video. Go like the video, subscribe. It say Canaanland Moors. Canaanland Moors. This guy be dropping a lot of truth to y'all, and y'all don't see it. This guy right here. Go to Canaanland Moors. Make sure y'all go to Canaanland Moors, man. Go subscribe, man. Go support the brother. He got over 4,000 videos up, 11,000 videos. I don't know. He got a lot
up there. There's a good bit.
A lot of damn videos.
There's a good bit.
A lot of videos. You don't have to take our word for it, but as Moors, we like to demonstrate and show and prove from other perspective. You know, other nationalities talks about the Aboriginal indigenous people, the Moorish people, but once again, we coming from it's like it's not who's right or wrong, who's accurate with the facts. Accurate, you know. So we just present this to the community, and before I let the brother go in, I just want to say this and put this on the record. Moors, when we say we Moors, we talk about nationality, we talk about DNA, lineage, heritage, right? Now, if they got some Moors that's temple Moors, or tribal Moors, or cook Moors, or rabbit Moors, or dope boy Moors, we all dealing with our nationality. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to say this and put this on the record. These Moors that don't agree with each other, if we operate in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, we should be able to come together and put our disagreement and make some decisions on how we move forward. You understand?
Let me get something for you.
You know,
let me get something for you.
Sellout. Okay, cool. Even these sellouts, you know what I'm saying, that sell out the nation, you understand? We just can't vibrate with you. But these Moors that have disagreement about different tangents, all I'm saying is we can use this platform and have discussions, and whatever work. That means coming together, saying we only going to use this identification, we're going to hold this, we're going to do A, B, and C, you feel me? We need to just come together. Whether you're a temple Moor or not a temple Moor, what I'm saying is, as me being a Moor, I want to use everything at our disposal. Everything. You heard me? Everything. But it has to be brilliant. It has to be, you see what the Grand Sheik got up? It has to be universal, and it has to work, and it has to be like, I don't care if you don't like me, does it work? Does it stand on love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice? Is it in line with the Prophet Noble Ali? Is it in line with nature? If it's in line, you feel me? And you might know there's some stuff that Moore's brought to my attention. I don't like it. I don't deal with it. I don't have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because some Moors, we're not gonna get into it, can do certain things. But if it can work, I want to use it. You understand what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. That's a process that Moors go through when they work in a Joe. I'm gonna tell you this: me and Kudjo to get the same results, we don't have to do that process. You see what I'm saying? We know how to live within contract and do other stuff, but there's other Moors they gotta go. You gotta hit the left foot and right foot and put this paper in and put that paper in. We don't have to do that to get the same results. You see what I'm saying? We don't really, but not saying it don't work, but what I'm saying is if we all vibrate, we wouldn't need none of this. That's all I'm saying. But until we do come together universal, stop them plans, stop playing church, stop tearing each other down. But if you're a sellout, I'm sorry. I'm riding with Kudjo and any other Moor. If you're a sellout and you're a dirty Moor or you're a dirty human being, you will be called upon it because the public, as you can see, the general public don't know. They let you just keep sticking the frog. An animal, you keep just poking it and nobody don't see it. We're gonna tell you about it. Period. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying that because some of y'all are up in here, and I know, and we really don't care because all y'all want to do is talk about what's going on, what we ain't doing. I want to talk about what we need to do and what we doing now. This brother give away stuff to the homeless, and then he's in the community in Canaanland. So he ain't just talking. It's called action, right? Be active, not passive. I know this. You feel me? I Google it. I got people up there in Canaanland. They tell me, oh man, they had some group of Moors and they don't know about the Moors. They're like, hey, I saw a group of brothers doing this and stuff in the community. So what I'm saying, these people don't let, because you ran into a couple Moors, spoil it for you because you have no choice. Either you're a Moor or you're European or you got a different nationality. But if you call black, nigga, Negro, colored, African American, you understand what I'm saying? Or your people were so-called enslaved, prisoners of war, you're a damn Moor. So we're not starting a nation, we reanimating the nation, and it don't matter what your sexual preference or what temple, church, mosque, whatever you want to worship. Let's handle the business because, especially if you're a man talking, it's a woman place in Moorish culture, history to rule. That's just what it is. Don't get mad at us. What you think this is? This not masculine. Ain't nothing masculine about this at all. Women shake their head. Ain't nothing masculine. This hair. You know what I'm saying? We got long hair too, but you ain't gonna see no straight brother up in there rocking his dreads like, you know, unless he into the. You know what I mean,
Right.
man? Stop playing. But you know what I mean, man. You know? And we just standing here for the sisters like, sisters, you got brothers up there, wake up, it's time to make, you know what I'm saying? It's time, it always, this is not like, oh, it's time. It always been time, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's always been time. You feel always been time, but I'm sick of these people in the movement, you know what I'm saying? And we got our own movement. We got our own university, our own temples. You know what I'm saying? We got our own everything. You understand what I'm saying? So, we don't, if you're a temple Moor, okay then, when you declare your nationality, okay, when we need you to pray and all that, that's when you come up. But when we talking about nation business, shit the hell down. Because that's all I'm saying.
But again,
you know,
they can't.
He's a grand sheik, and if you understand what that is, you know, it's government principles. Go ahead, Kudjo. I just had to put that out there, man, because I'm tired of these pussy claw dirty Moors, temple Moors always talking that stuff that make us look bad in front of this society, but I really don't care what y'all think. I'm a Moor by blood, pedigree, and I'm Amazight Bey, worst speaker, worst entertainer. I'm not playing with nobody on this planet.
Straight.
You understand? Nobody. It's not a game, man. You know what I'm saying? I see people dissing the prophet, dissing RV Bey publication, talking about. I just want to say this right quick. Forgive me for going on this rant.
No, rant, man. It's all
RV
good.
Bey trying to nationalize people. Do you not hear it? RV Bey publication. Do you not hear that? It's a public. So if you want to write a book, you can go to her. She's giving information. She's not putting somebody in subjugation. If it wasn't for her, it wouldn't have elevated the assistant of fallen humanity. It had a need for, but it's still a need for that. But you get it publication. It said RV Bey publication. So these Moors that be coming in with these trickery words, we already know you playing on you a sellout because it's called R. You know what publication means? Just look up the word. She didn't say she was the this or that or nationalized with her. She providing the tools to back up what the prophecy. I yield the flow. I just had to. I just had to put that out there because I saw that on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that ties into to what somebody's saying on there about different Moors, the different types of Moors. It's either you have Moors that are with the prophet or Moors that's against the prophet. There's no, you know what I mean, different branches of Moors. Because even the dirty Moors know that they're Moors. The real problem are the people who don't have a nationality. Because when you say different Moors, you're making it like people who call themselves black aren't Moors. They're Moors too. And Puerto Ricans are Moors. And Mexicans are Moors, Brazilians are Moors, Haitians are Moors, Dominicans are Moors, Trinidad Tobagonians are Moors, brothers and sisters in Texas, whether they're in Seattle, whether they're in Utah, New York, whatever, they're Moors. So the only real issue are the people who are not declaring their nationality as Moors. The other stuff, that's just infighting that we've been having. That's how we fell in the first place. You know what I mean? But there's not some different type of Moors on the side of the Moorish movement. If we're going to classify it as, okay, we're talking about the Moors. Okay, on the Moor side, it's either you're dirty or you're with the prophet. That's the only, that's it. There's no different branches.
But we all Moors.
Right? But we're all Moors. That's the point of it. You know what I mean? And anybody who's against that is against the prophet.
Let me cut your wisdom right quick, and I'll give y'all an example, right? And I'm just breaking it down because some of y'all people like it just went over y'all head, right? So we're gonna just digress right quick. You heard me? Slow it down just a second, and we're gonna speed it right back up. That's like y'all go out here and say, so-called black people killing each other. These D-boys, dope boys, right? They killing each other. And they be like, well, Moors was killing people, Moors was doing this. That's two Moors killing each other.
Exactly.
Period. I don't care if they're from New York, Chicago, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's still two Moors killing each other.
Yep.
Same thing. That's all we saying. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's the same people. It's the same people. So when we say so we say all y'all people that look out here, don't look at yourself as you outside the house. Look at it. This is your house.
Yep.
That's how you look at it. We all brothers and sisters. That's how you look at it. You hear me? That's how you look at it. So that means when you look at a so-called black person, that's a Moor.
Yep.
You got a Mexican, etc. That's still a Moor, no matter what. You can't not change your descent nature, and you can't pick your mother, brother, or sister. So just because you mad with your mama, that ain't your mama no more? Are you crazy? That's the same thing when we say you're Moor. I yield the floor. I just have to break that down for you simple so we can be very clear on what we talking about.
Now what was that? What was that VDM? Lucky now. There's laws before that there were no laws. There's always been laws. Universe has laws. Try to violate that, I bet you get your ass beat. You try to violate some nature's law, see what happens. And all you people who were seeing joining in and all that stuff, bring some questions. Because trust me, this stuff ain't lasting all. This is not lasting all day. This is not lasting all day. So if you don't get your questions, look at this like the flood, and this is the ark, and we're about to leave, and we say we're leaving. If we say we're leaving and this is the ark, there's no come back for us and all that stuff. There's no we're gonna come get you. We're gonna come get you later.
On top of that, if y'all want to get in the beam, you can get in the beam. Let me show y'all once again. If you don't want to type, you can get in the beam and you don't have to show your fellows. And if you don't want to type, you can ask the question. Just let us know, and I'll switch the beams around to where we get more people in.
Right.
It made no sense to just have the beam open with 5 seats just sitting there when we could just have
Right.
2 seats, you know.
One question was, can I be a Moor without a religion? Yes, you are a Moor. Religion has nothing to do with anything. You're a Moor. As soon as somebody says religion, when they talk about Moors, know that those people are playing you. And they're trying to get you to detach from Moors because they know that our people have a problem with religion. They know our people have a problem with religion.
Okay, you want a beam? If you want a beam, I'm not going to do the 8 beam. We're going to do the next beam is the 4 beam, and then the 6 beam, then the 8 beam. If we have that many people up in here asking questions, we can do that. But you said you want to do an 8 beam. I'm not doing an 8 beam. But if you want a beam, I can set it up where the 4 people will be in the beam. But you to ask the question only, not just to get up here. You know what I'm saying? Because Kudjo just told you what it is, man. Like, we really dropping science on your knowledge, history, culture, and some stuff that you wasn't privy of. Like, they disrupted. Like, somebody is like, imagine somebody taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of your brain, right? And erase that. Right? From the last yesterday. You woke up today, everybody know 1, 2, 3, but you, and we just made you aware that everybody know 1, 2, 3.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So this information that we dropping on, we want to answer your question. Because this is gonna be series of shows, but I'm busy, this brother is busy, and we jump on different platforms. This is the first time we ever did this on this platform.
This is history in the making. This is history in the making right here. Cause we've been talking about doing this. You know what I mean? We've been talking about doing
Y'all
this.
have no idea.
Yeah, this is history in the making. Like this is something manifesting that was first a thought. That's how real this is. You know, I think they said somebody wanted to get into the thing.
Okay, cool. Boom. Okay, boom. There we go. Now we got the full. So showing you like this is why I love this platform, right? You have no idea. So boom, there you go. Real. You can jump in. You can turn your camera off.
Yeah, you don't gotta show yourself.
Make sure y'all have some good questions, man. You know. So I just switched it for you. What's up, Flip Queen?
Peace, brother.
Peace, brother. What's up?
Nah, but I mean, I just want to ask a question because these are the questions that I get on a daily basis when I go out and perpetrate this information out there. Because first of all, they won't be like, you know, what religion are you? Like, hey, look, there's really no religion. Religion is universal. Religion is Islam. I self-law and master. You know, that's everywhere. Everybody master themselves. You're your own God and your own devil. Who betrays you every day? You do. You know what I mean? Like, but that's one of the main things. Like, do I have to be a Muslim? I'll be like, nah, muscles and limbs, bro. We all muscles and limbs.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we all Muslim regardless. You can serve who you want to serve. They all say the same thing. They're all based upon the principles of universal law and nature.
Exactly.
You know. Another thing is, you know, well, so if I become a Moor, can I get out of jail? Well, Nah, not if you're gonna be a jackass.
Right.
If you're gonna be a jackass, you're going to jail with everybody else.
Exactly.
What the hell? That's where they got a place for jackasses. I'm sorry. You got to be there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
okay, let me cut your wisdom right quick, brother. Let me cut your wisdom right quick just to clean it up a little bit. So what the brother's saying is you don't become a Moor. You already was a Moor. We make you conscious of it, right? And when he was talking about religious, you don't have to be religious, but every nation has a religious custom and tradition. But I have to say this, guys. We're not saying that there's not a creator, okay?
Right.
Because when they go to that religious stuff with me, and you're like, well, I don't believe in God. I'm like, okay, cool. I never said I didn't believe in the creator. Now, whatever you want to call the creator, fine.
That's on you.
But if you can't make a planet, tell me who made the trees and the grass and the water and the animals and you. Somebody made that. So but we're not saying that something did you make it? So there is just common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense, just common sense. No, but you at least said just look around and study yourself. So when I study myself, I know I didn't create myself, right?
Okay.
So there is one creator. And I just keep it simple like that and push it. But I normally just try to get people to look at that and be like, you know what? I didn't make the grass. So, duh. You know?
Shit.
Another thing is, what they ask is, if I get a nationality card, does that mean that I can't get food stamps and, you know, all of this other stuff? I'm like, well, with your nationality card, you should be in the mindset that you can, you know, find some way to create resources for yourself, you know, because I mean, once you come to understanding that everything is yours, with everything out here in the world, there's too many ways to create for yourself financially now, you know. And me personally, that's what I teach to the people, because I know most people not coming into certain things without finances. You know, they want to depend on somebody, but you can't live your whole life with your hand out.
Right. And that's what we were talking about earlier, about that victim mentality. That once you have that victim mentality, you're setting yourself up for trouble. Because victimization only leads to servitude and being a ward. Because you can't handle your own affairs.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And once you can't handle your own affairs, now you need a guardian or a warden. You know, once you have that, then you don't control your life anymore. Which is why they're giving you food stamps and giving you all this other stuff, welfare and whatever else.
Right.
Because you need to be taken care of.
Already in jail. Maybe you may not be behind the bars, but your mentality has you locked up.
Right.
Regardless. So
yep.
Whether you're behind the bars or not,
you're still locked up.
You know, like you said, you're still a ward that need a warden.
Yep.
You know the funny thing though about that? You know, according to the rights of indigenous people, food stamp and welfare is really for the Aboriginal indigenous people.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right. With your mindset, that it's a benefit. That's an entitlement.
Right.
If you choose to, because I'm telling you, honestly, I was in Pittsburgh, and Kudjo be attest to that. I didn't have to pay for nothing, and these instruments that they was talking about, I got it as Amazight Bey, and I'm telling you honestly, but I didn't get it. I didn't went to this system as in it's a benefit. It's like I'm doing the work, I'm not working, and last time I checked, the Aboriginal indigenous people, according to the rights of indigenous people, also a substantial right. They only exist because of us. It's not like you see what I'm saying?
My question be to those people, like, where does that money come from in the first place? Tell me where it comes from in the first place, and then I can tell you whether you're gonna sell a food stamp card or not.
Right.
But here's the thing: I didn't use it to sit on my behind.
Right.
Yeah. That's the difference. Yeah. That's the difference.
I need to eat. I need to do this work. I'm not working right now. What's quote unquote working? You know what I'm saying? In my field, but I'm working for the people, and so I won't lean on somebody. It says it says on these forms, indigenous people, and I applied, and they gave it to me.
Right.
Medical and all. But the way the brother's saying it though is people want to go in the black status, and I got it as more.
Right. You want to play Call of Duty out there. I got it.
Right. I'm not playing Call of Duty. I'm going convention.
Right. I'm being called to my duty. Right.
Straight.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff he'll tell you. I showed them. Straight up, I showed them the paperwork and everything. I mean, these people try to do certain things, and I got it's on the record, and I got them. Facts.
Right.
You feel me? Because the rights of indigenous people, what I'm saying is the system that you think is a benefit, you're supposed to get that regardless, but y'all abusing and
the system,
coming from, like he said,
a victim mindset.
A victim instead of like, look, you're supposed to give me that. And you're supposed to educate me.
Right.
That means I'm supposed to go walk in a university if I want to, an indigenous scholarship. They got that up there. Did y'all know about that?
Exactly. That's why I say take that same energy that you use to go curse these people out about why I get my food stamps this month or why you didn't pay my Medicare, and take that and go fight for what's actually yours in the first place. Stop asking for the benefit.
Right.
Go take what's yours. Don't ask nobody for no handout. Go get yours. You won't let nobody else come in your house and pull out your refrigerator and you don't say nothing. You'll shoot that person. But these people doing it all day, every day, and you have nothing to say? It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I just laugh because the brothers and sisters that's on these assistants say they can't do this, and I'm like, yes, you can. And what I'm telling, and the reason why I'm bringing it up, so I don't want y'all to think we bash people, because a lot of people bash people for being on assistance. As a more on the record, all rights reserved, all liberty reserved, they gave me triple what the average so-called black person in the black status got. I'm not. I have the paperwork. So if they say they know you. If you're allowed to get 300, they used to give me 900. I'm being honest.
They don't want no problems.
And what I was gonna bring up too with regard to the whole thing about seeking the benefit was you know, when you get into this realm, there's other avenues where you can go to seek the benefit. So one of these process people did this process or whatever, and then they got some type of million, something million or whatever, right? So they went. Then this is them doing it as a Moor, not as Negro, black, colored, or whatever. So they went. They took care of their stuff. They took care of their whatever, blah blah blah. Something came up with the paperwork that they had to go to court for. And then when they went to court or the tribunal, the judge ripped them and gave him some type of time. Not because of the errors of the paperwork, but because they took the stuff and they took the finance and they didn't do anything for the Moors. Everything they did was for themselves.
Oh yeah.
And judge threw the book at him.
That was a crime.
Judge threw the book at him. Like literally threw the book at him just because, you know,
they're supposed to.
They're looking at it as getting some benefit for themselves.
Try to get into the movement based upon that. He think there's some $1 million goat somewhere at the end of a rainbow. They got some gold fairs somewhere that they can get.
Yeah.
You know.
They got millions.
But the prophet says you go and talk to these people in an intelligent tone, and they will rule in your favor.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't do that. We want to go and be all rude and rowdy about it and go the wrong way about it, listen to the wrong people, getting the wrong result, and then wonder why you end up locked up. Oh, the Moors stuff don't work. Well, that wasn't Moors what you tried.
Exactly. That was some next stuff.
Over there.
Yeah. Straight up. Straight up. Who's out there with questions? Anybody else? Give thanks to you, Brother Realize, for getting on as well. You know, because again, this is.
Trust me, bro. I grew up under you, bro. Like I came into this thing up under your tutelage, man.
For real.
Like, no doubt.
Yeah, This is
that's
that.
how I can see the falsehood in some of these people that's out here. Like, nah, because when you think about it, use common sense. This is what it is. You're talking about common sense.
Straight. You know, and this is that unity that they talk about that Moors don't have. Why they don't want to be Moors.
Man, I'm glad, boy, you got you on live, me, man.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Boy, you a big salute, bro.
Good to be here.
This is crazy. I came in thought about to hear you doing the show because I seen you join on Facebook and I see my grand sheik on the joint.
Hey, I sent it out to all the Moors, man. There's some more supposed to be here with us, but it's all good. But I'm telling you, bro, like we solid, bro. We never, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like.
I know somebody got questions, man. Like, come on, now.
They got questions.
I'm talk and drop all this knowledge for everybody to be silent. I know everybody on Google.
Yeah, and ask some questions, man. We gonna take this out to 2. It's 1:44 at 2 o'clock. We gonna shut it down. We have all these questions, but just to say, yeah, man. Me and Kudjo, man, we've been trying to do this for a long time.
This is something in the making right here. Yeah.
This is the beginning, and I really wanted to show him the platform and the potential of it, and other Moors. You know what I'm saying? The potential. You see what I'm saying? Like, we got real time. We can use this for. So I don't want to, say put everything on the record.
Yeah, don't put everything out there.
This platform is a platform to be like, oh well, we can't go to a meeting or whatever, right here, real time. And ask questions and be able to communicate and make decisions through this application. You know what I'm saying? And it could be a fundraiser or whatever you want to do. And I already opened the doors. Like I said, it's on my profile.
You did.
Show me a platform that recognize Moors, and we not saying that. You know what I'm saying? When I say recognize, like we need permission. I'm just saying me and Kudjo been on platforms where they kick us off. They stop the broadcast. They never stopped the broadcast. Not one time. They didn't cut us off.
Yeah, they
Other platforms, they do that. And they put that on my profile because, they just, it's just.
I just like to get the information for free because, it be people out here getting duped for packages.
Yeah.
Like, dang, bro,
that's process.
Your mama's son.
Yeah.
I don't remember have to pay my mom to be her son. I don't remember that. But you had to pay $2,500 to be who you are. My bad, dog. Like, you know what? I'm going to say you somebody else tomorrow, man. Give me 5 stacks, bro.
For real.
Goddamn, double that. Come on, man. Nah. But I joke with them like that so they understand that, people out here running games. People out here running games,
Yeah. They're definitely running the game.
So they need to understand that people actually have to run the game. You don't have to pay to be who you are. You don't have to pay to be who you are. Even before Noble Drew Ali, you were Moors. He just came and brought it back to remembrance because we forgot. You see what I'm saying?
Straight forgot.
So, like it's crazy that they say common sense, but it's an oxymoron because it's not common.
Yeah. Yep.
You want to ask a question, D? Anybody have any question about what we said? If y'all new to liveme.com, make sure y'all follow, like, and share. I got some giveaways going on. And if you're a new broadcaster and you want to get some fiat or if you want to be a paid broadcaster, I'm a partnership with Live. We can get that ball. I'm also the pioneer of this app. When I say pioneer, you know what a pioneer is? I'm the pioneer of the app. Also, I'm the live teacher. You understand what I'm saying? And I talk about average news, culture. It's right there on my profile. It said nationality, more influencer, and teacher. I didn't put it there. Live put it there. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, ask some questions while you got the brothers here, while you got the sister up in there. OG Grace is in the chat. She's a Moor bias. She's a Moor. She's holding the chat down. Wish for there's other people up in there. We know y'all up in there. Because as a broadcaster, we can see everybody's in the broadcast. So I know my audience. Like on other platforms, you can't see. But on Live Me, I'm recording this right now, so I'm not going to press it. But I can see. We can see who's in the broadcast. And so what I'm saying is, while we here, this is the beginning of this history in the making for one. But it's the Amazight Bey SHow. We got realize up in there. Grand Sheik, Kudjo, Adwo, Canaanland Moors. Once again, go to his YouTube and check it out. Go to his YouTube. Go to his IG, man.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
This is the last show, man.
Canaanland Moors.
Was this the last show? No, we don't know. I think it was the live. The other one. No, I think this was the last show we did. And what year that was? 2016.
And the funny part, bro, I thought you would copy your old boy name on Canaanland Moors, but now see you actually the dude on Canaanland Moors. You know what I mean?
Who's that? Oh yeah.
I didn't listen to that one, right? It's been so long ago since I watched it, I didn't put it together.
Yeah.
When I got on the channel 2 years ago.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's who that is, man. We had Rise, man. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Where is it? I think they got the picture. See this picture right here, boy? Ooh, Lord.
Oh, man.
Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got another question, what I get now, because, I do put some people on to the Rise of the Moors channel, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you feel about how Jamal is moving? I mean, they got the money things correct with the silk certificates and things like that. He seemed to be, have his head on straight.
I don't know. Somebody sent me the post yesterday.
Brother Jamal. With Rise of the Moors. Rise of the Moors channel.
Kudjo had an interview with him one time.
Yeah, man. Like, whatever. Once it's working, and you got these people at bay, and you could exercise as Moors and not have issues or whatever, but also too, it's not a thing where what works there works everywhere.
Facts,
you know what I mean? They paid their dues in their jurisdiction to get whatever responses they're getting. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I tell people, follow the information, but study for yourself.
Right.
Don't try to turn around and say, "Oh, I followed Jamal," and boom.
Yeah.
Nah.
Follow Jamal, so now we can do whatever. Yeah.
Right.
If you wanna follow, go where they're at. Don't follow from being where you're at, trying to do what they're doing, because the jurisdictions now are so crossed over that everything doesn't work in every jurisdiction.
And that's why I say link with the people around you.
Yep.
And build your own jurisdiction and make moves your way where you're at to get it enforced in your locality.
Right. And that's not a thing of
because if it's just you by yourself trying to move, they gonna hang you.
Yeah, they'll definitely hang you. You need those, just like with regard to.
You're not about to say Sharon, are you?
No. just with regard to
that was crazy.
Crazy.
So, Steve, we got 7 more minutes. Steve, you want to ask a question? Steve, do you want to ask a question, man? Anybody got a question?
Ask the question. There's no dumb question. The only dumb question is the one that you keep in your head.
Exactly.
And shout out to the Canaanland Moors. Shout out to LiveMe.com for being so dope, an open platform.
Oh, you know who we got to shout out? We got to shout out Grace for holding the chat down properly.
Oh yeah.
You got to shout out the OG. You got to shout out the OG. The OG holding it down, holding it up.
Y'all go to her cast and y'all check out. She real down to earth. Check her out.
Holding it up, yo. Straight.
I thought she had left the joint.
Hey, man.
Shouldn't go sharpen.
On the record, man. Make sure y'all go pick this book up, man.
Yeah.
Nature Knows.
Oh yeah, we put this one on the record too.
My front cover of my book messed up. I use that for my homeschooling stuff and everything,
For real.
They said you ain't supposed to make copies and stuff.
Also,
but I make copies, give them out. So anybody need it, DM me. And I can send you a PDF.
Also, I want to put this on the record, though. I know y'all ain't thought about that. You see that book he put up there, but watch this, though. Grand Sheik is also an author.
Oh yeah.
You didn't know that.
Yeah, we got.
I was looking on Amazon and I'm like, the fuck? Amazon got it. And I'm not kidding you. I'm gonna pull this up.
We getting out there. We getting out there.
Watch
I got
this.
a few books I need to release.
No, I'm gonna go to Amazon. I'm gonna go to Amazon to show y'all. Be like, hold up. So I'm gonna go to Amazon. I'm serious. This is y'all won't believe this. Hold on, man. Watch this, man. 77 facts about the Moors. He got a couple books out there.
Yeah.
Okay, now. Okay.
It was funny when I looked at the author. I'm like, look at this. This Kudjo.
Amazon. Now this brother right here.
I used that book in my homeschool. I used that book in my homeschool.
This on Amazon now.
Facts.
You can download it on a Kindle, but they do sell it. And this brother, you can get in touch. I'd rather you get in touch with him.
Facts.
You know, you get a copy from him.
Support the movement.
You know what I'm saying? But it says right there, Grand Sheik Kudjo Adwo. That's that guy right there in number 1. 77 amazing facts about a Moor. So we giving you some reading materials. Why not? You know what I'm saying? We can give you a European status, but let's give you, our brother. You know what I'm saying? 77 amazing facts about the Moors. He's an author.
With complete proof, though. With complete proof.
Literature. Oh, I got the book. I got a lot of. I got the book also. I just don't have it with me. My son, he should have it because I've been getting on his butt this whole month.
What Junior said, yo? Hey, tell Junior I said his love, yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him, man. He been cutting boys. Ooh, that boy's a handful.
For real, huh?
Hey, you already got my email, bro. That be me emailing you. Mokdi.
All right, boy. Yeah, no, I was gonna tell you to send the thing because we want to try to do the school thing at the temple.
That be me. With
Yeah.
questions.
At the temple, we want to get the school going on. So we're looking for different people with homeschooling curriculums, so we can go over
I
those.
got this movement, what I call it's called from the block to the blockchain.
Yeah.
What we doing is we taking brothers off the block, you know what I'm saying, making that what they think is quick, fast money, and showing that, you can make that same amount of money or more, and don't have to look over your shoulder.
Right.
Learning coding, getting into the blockchain, the smart contracts, and things like that, because that's the way of the future. So we teach AI, machine learning, robotics, and things like that also.
For real. Okay.
And we also got a thing in our course where we have what we call it the quick learning course, where your child can graduate from high school within a short amount of time versus waiting till they're 18. They can be graduating by the time they're like 12 or 13 years old. You know what I mean?
That's what's
if
up.
that's the route you want to take and put them in school, like, well, sit them through their fast. Don't let these people consume all of their good years.
Right.
When they coming out here doing something for their people.
Right.
That's what's up. And those are the things. Yeah, those are the things that qualify you when you say you're more or whatever. You know what I mean? What are you doing to try to uplift our people? You know what I mean? What are you doing for them as far as in their life? Not some, to buy a crystal off their website and then now, you're still going through the same BS when the crystal's supposed to fix the problem. You know what I mean?
Man, you just don't know, man. So many people I talk to that been through all these different channels or whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to get their status corrected and things like that. Like, well, if you ain't corrected your status in your mind, then the paper ain't gonna save you. When you go for a judge, you might not have no paper.
Right.
Can you flow it off the dome? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can recite the USC and the UCC straight off the dome. I don't need no paper most times. You know what I mean? But I know most people, they get nervous. You gotta have, little notes or whatever. But when you know it, you know it.
Right. When you know it, you be it.
Exactly. You live it out. You walk it.
Yeah.
You can only be what you know. You know what I'm saying? If you know better, you do better.
Oh yeah. We also just draw.
My favorite saying is, everybody only know what they know. Nobody knows more than what they know. Oh yeah. Check out the music though.
Yeah, we got the
hip hop my man got going on here.
This is the new joint.
Everything.
This is the new joint.
Song that I play every morning is Brain Dead, bro.
Brain Dead.
I still pump Brain Dead every morning. Brain Dead, the masses under mind control. That's my joint.
Straight. Yeah, this is the new joint. I'm gonna get this out. So you can,
okay.
Yeah.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely support you, bro. Like, I buy your stuff.
Yeah,
you
give
know,
thanks, yo. Give thanks. Give thanks.
I ride around bumping your music. Everybody like, what's that? I'm like, bro, just sit and listen to me, chat with me.
For real. Straight up.
Hey, I still got these.
Oh, that was 6.
Like, that's the main album I be bumping, yo.
Yeah, that's the one right there. That's the one.
I got 4, I believe it is.
Yeah. Rapper Inquisition.
Yeah, that Rapper Inquisition go hard.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No doubt.
Straight.
Hey, man, I know y'all got questions. We got 1 more minute.
Yeah, 1 more minute.
One more minute.
One good question in here.
I know y'all got questions out there, but if you're shy, it's all good. You know what I mean? We already know how it goes.
That's why I jumped on to ask the questions that I get most of the time from most people.
We know how it goes with the brainwash. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Have you fearing asking questions or whatever like that? Because they put that stuff on you where your psyche's messed up. You know what I mean? It's like the brother who spent a lot of time in the pen, and then when he gets out, he can't even close the door when he goes to the washroom or whatever. He can't even take a shower without freaking going nuts because he's been under it for so long that it's become part of his being. We've been under the brainwash for so long that we think we know everything. We think we know something because we don't got no questions because we know everything. You don't know jack.
Right.
Trust me. You don't know jack.
Only a fool knows everything.
Yeah, whatever you thought you knew,
right.
You don't even know what you know.
Right.
You don't even know what you
Trust
know.
me, I had to learn everything over again. How they say empty your cup and fill it back up. I had to empty my cup out 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did.
Straight up.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad I
Give
emptied
thanks.
it out, man. It was crazy. Like, so all the stuff that we learn on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Kind of find out it's falsehood for the most part.
Yep.
It's all falsehood. Like, people still learning Christopher Columbus discovered America when even the people that teach you that don't even think that no more.
Right? Straight up.
Hey, man, I want to say, man, thank you, Kudjo. Thank you, Realize.
Yo, thank you, man. Thank you, more.
Thank you, OG Grace. Man, we put a lot of stuff, man. It's just the beginning, man. Make sure y'all go check out Canaanland Moors on YouTube. Check out your boy Realize. And hey, we're gonna start doing this and get this Amazight Bey SHow. If you watch this from any social media, you should have been here, man. We want a lot of participation. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? I talk to a lot of people, and I'm not the type to be like, oh, such didn't show up. The people that did show up, you know what I'm saying? We doing the work, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? We united with nationality. But I want to get a lot of more females involved.
Right.
That's the key. That's the key right now.
And more that's active and ask some questions, man. Or bring some topics up. Like I said, I want to bring up this one issue. And I talked to the Grand Sheik and other Moors off the air. I already stated in the beginning, there's just one issue that I do have, and the other Moors do share that response, what I was talking about. So, man, thank you, man. It's been a pleasure, man.
Yo, it was great. Great
I
deal.
think you can share this to YouTube, or you can save. You can download this. I'm gonna save the replay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna download it.
Download it and edit it. I'll show you a way, but you can share this.
Right.
Or you can download this after the broadcast.
Okay.
You can download it.
For real.
If you want to do something, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Give thanks, more.
You know Kudjo gonna put it up on the channel, yo.
Oh yeah, this gonna be up for sure. Once I figure it out.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I'm Amazight Bey.
Let's go.
Yeah, once I figure it out, for sure.
I got some ammo, man. I got some stuff I ain't revealed yet. I went in the lab.
Yeah, me too, man. I was just waiting for a platform, man. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a real one.
Anybody want to check out the beats to the song real quick? Here go a piece of Brain Dead right here.
Oh, that's the jam right there.
Yeah.
That's the jam right there.
Hey, look, even the beat go hard. Like, you ain't got to listen to that fugazi stuff no more. You ain't got to listen to people selling drugs and killing each other no more. Here's some information with the beat. Think about it. Music is the only thing that violates physics. You know, you got two things in the same place at the same time. You got the beat and you got words. That's how they sneak most of this stuff in on us through the music. Notice every time we have a rising up, they recheck the music and then they come out with some other music. You know what I'm saying? To contradict that. Because we was rapping about, subliminal. We was rapping about getting free. We was rapping about, economics before. Now everybody rapping about, selling drugs and killing each other and raping each other mother,
Yep.
But now.
Oh yeah, and just to put something out there too. This is a hat. This is a hat. This is a fez. This and this is not the same. This is not a hat. This is a fez. This is a hat. Right? This is a fez. So this is like, you know how the Jews have a yarmulke and you're not going to call that a hat? You're going to call it yarmulke? Same thing with this. You know how, somebody from Hindustan or whatever, they're going to put the dot here and you're not going to call it, makeup? Same thing, this is not a hat. Right? This is Aboriginal indigenous culture.
Right. Hey, what do you call it? The brimless hat on there, but Damn know what he's doing. He even put the feather on the side,
Right?
Let him know this is business.
And he had love written on it. Yeah, and he had love written on it too.
Look at this.
Oh yeah, that's my dude. I knew that dude before he became who he is now. That dude actually do what he say. He actually invests in real estate. That dude actually make moves outside of rap, yo.
No,
who's that right there? Who's that?
Did you see Grace sent me a video? Grace sent me a video. Did you see the Wet and how they was dressed? And I think it was his homeboy Wet.
Oh yeah.
He was dressed as Moore, when Moore is God, down to the pajamas, the doggone Moore shoes is.
Yeah. The full
my
works.
Brother promoter. That's how I met him. My brother club promoter.
For real.
My brother also promote Morris culture, based upon stuff that I tell him. He may not be all the way into it.
Yeah.
But when he hear people talking, certain stuff, he be like, y'all should meet my brother. You should meet my brother.
For real.
That's you fresh dad really on it, man. Anybody that go in the entertainment system, they know what's up, man.
Yeah.
They know what's up. They know what's up, man. They know what's up, man. Man, hey, peace and love to everybody, man.
Peace and love.
Man.
Peace and love.
This been dope, man. This is a great opportunity. We can stay here all night, but we ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
This is the last week.
We gonna leave it right though.
No doubt, man.
We gonna chop it up. But y'all Moors, if this do make it to YouTube, all your other Moors, and y'all dirty Moors, and y'all old Moors, and when I say old Moors, old way of thinking, I'm talking about y'all on that corrupt stuff. I'm Amazight Bey. You know what I'm saying? And I'm rocking with these brothers. And like I said, I told y'all, in the public, I don't care if they're right or wrong, I'm rocking with them behind closed doors. We can settle that. But at the same time, y'all gonna get this work, you hear me? But I'm not playing with nobody on the planet. And we hit an uplift for all humanity. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell y'all again, I don't see nobody taking care of these planets or these people on this planet, man. I don't see it. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the only one that can do it is the Aboriginal indigenous people. But y'all Moors that's out there, we ain't hiding. We come in peace, love, true peace, and freedom and justice. But y'all gotta get out the way, homie. Y'all just gotta get out the way, man. You just do. And I don't care how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Stop bashing these people. But if you're a sellout, you're a sellout. But don't bash the people that really do the work in time. Like, these people that came before you, these elders that came before, these brothers and sisters that created programs, you wouldn't even know you was a Moor. You feel me? If Prophet Noble Jew Ali wouldn't sparked it and brought it back to us for them to create these things, you wouldn't even know. So don't turn around like, oh, you the guy with the stuff because you don't study Taj or what Kudjo said or what I said or what this brother said, and now your stuff don't stink. Stop that, man.
Facts. Either way, BDM, they had the same mother. That's the point. They had the same mother.
Yep. Islam to all Moors.
Facts.
Peace and love.
Hey man, I'm gonna end it with that, man.
And give thanks again. Give thanks again to the Amazight Bey SHow and the Royal Gang. Peace to all the Royal Gang out there.
Royal Gang.
You know what I mean?
Hold on.
I'm gonna email you, Kudjo, man.
Yeah, man.
You know who I am again, bro.
Yeah, just send me. Yeah. Send me your math.
The reason why I call it Royal Gang, right before we close, the reason why I call it Royal Gang, for one, Moors is royal. Gang is to protect the people and children. That's what this original form is, gang. So I made it something that people can gravitate to get their mindset. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be like, oh, I'm not rocking gang. And I just want to say that it's not an attack on these gay people, but the LGB, the G stand for gang. Did you know that? If you did, it stands for gang. So what I'm saying is,
and they have a flag.
It's just a dope way for to get y'all into the mindset. You know what I'm saying? We got Royal Gang Agency, Royal Gang Enterprise, Royal Gang, and it basically, I'm being honest with you, them funding and these programs that Royal Gang get is to back up the Moorish Divine National Movement. It's just a way to do it. That's all. That's why it's called RG. You know what I'm saying? Royal Gang. It's just a hip way to break the stereotype. You understand what I'm saying? So if I be like this, I got your girl checking for my flight, trying to be my Moorish wife. You heard what I said? I got your girl checking for my. You like that? Y'all like that slick talking, right? I got your girl checking for my flight, trying to be my Moorish wife. Then y'all like that? Shoot them up, right? I know that self-preservation is number one, right? So you got you on a block with them Glocks. You right? You on a block with them Glocks, and I'm gonna say this. I got them bays on the block with them choppers with them Glocks. You understand? So I got the Birthright CD coming out, and I just want to twist that concept that, like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Have these rights in a different hip way just to get you where you need to be. That's all it is. But it's the same thing. When you get in, it's Moors, it's nationality, it's birthright, it's national principle. But it's just to get you, it's like, what is this? The word I want to use, the assumption when you deal with Moors that it has something to do with religion. So when you see RG Royal Gang, that's just what it is. You see what I'm saying? So now when you come to me, you be like, oh, it's not that, it's something else. So that's why I created RG Royal Gang. I'm always been Amazight Bey, but that's why I did it. You know what I'm saying? The creator of these corporations, just to fund the Moorish Divine National Movement. That's why I did it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did it. I just want to put that on the record.